In 2022, cops killed 1,100 and I believe 76 people on the job. As far as the last year, it's 1,123, sorry, in 2022. There were only 9 days in the past year where cops didn't kill someone. 9 days only. So it is significantly more unique to have days where you're not killing someone if you're a cop. So please stop with this bullshit. This whole like, oh man, it's so unusual. It's so unusual. It's so unusual that they were behaving this way. Okay? Come on. Miss me with this bullshit. This is a systemic problem, and anyone, no matter how well-intentioned and how liberal they are, that moves the conversation away from how much of a systemic issue this is basically lying to you. They might be well-intentioned, but they're still lying to you because they're too lost in the sauce. They think that this is normal. And yesterday I showed you that it's not normal. How did I show you that it's not normal? Because when you look at police killings by country, per capita, and by totality, the United States is number one by the widest of margins. This is per capita. The United States police kill civilians at a much higher rate than police in other wealthy countries. 33.5 police killings per, I believe, 10 million people or something? Is that correct? I think, or maybe 1,000? I don't know. Totality, if we look at, of course, is going to be much, much larger as well. This is data available from 2018 and 2019, if I'm not mistaken. The last time they conducted this comprehensive survey. Yeah. Oh, per 10 million. Yeah. Number of people killed by law enforcement per 10 million population. So Canada, 9.8. Australia, 8.5. United States, 33.5. It's not normal. It's not normal. It is abnormal for police to be this fucking violent. Okay? It's crazy. So when you know all of this, it's hard for you to believe anything else. It's hard for me, knowing what I know about police brutality, knowing what I know about police activity, hard for me to believe that this is out of the ordinary in the way that CNN, MSNBC, and Fox News are in unison collectively stating. It's not. It is not out of the ordinary. So yeah. The only thing that's out of the ordinary, I guess, is that the brutalized, the brutal beating was not only on body cameras, but also on the poll camera footage that is 100 yards away from Tyree Nichols' mom's house, by the way, which makes this so much worse. Also, I guess some other unique components in the story is how quick people were claiming that these guys were operating like a bunch of gangbangers. Now, cops are a gang. They are. They operate exactly like a gang. But for some reason, this is the first time I've heard media be like, these guys are gangbangers. These guys are behaving like gangbangers. I don't know. Could be because they're black. Maybe. Okay? They are a gang. But like I said, singling them out and saying that they're a gang, specifically these guys, well, that's not necessarily true. They are a gang. They always have been a gang. That is not new or different. Okay? So, I don't know. I don't know why, but it reeks of agitprop. It reeks of propaganda. Now you're projecting. Come on. What? Not only are cops actually a fucking gang, an organized criminal entity, but they also literally have gangs within like the sheriff's department in Los Angeles, for example, like actual gangs that have like initiation rituals and whatnot. So I don't know why you're saying that. Okay. Google LA sheriff gangs. Okay, so do you think anything will change, or is this just going to get worse until change comes in the form of revolt, collapse of the system? No. I remember seeing people from, I remember people talking about Memphis and saying that they have such a long history of like civil protest that goes all the way back to MLK that like since the 90s, there's never been like a riot or something in Memphis. So, nothing really crazy happened there last night, and I don't think anything crazy will happen. It will only happen if cops get out of hand. Like most protests against police brutality, the overwhelming majority are completely peaceful. The ones that are not, in every single instance, it is an escalation of force, an escalation of use of force by the police that ends up making it not peaceful. Sometimes if the cops aren't directly doing the agitative, counter measures, like launching less lethal bullets, rubber bullets, and smoke grenades and shit and tear gas in the crowd, they will put fucking actual agent provocateurs within the crowd, some of which we saw during the George Floyd protest, like the famed auto shop guy. If you recall, that was a absolute fucking lock from your boy, that Mr. Umbrella Man dressed in all black. Yeah, the AutoZone guy. Remember when that shit was popping off and I was like, that is very suspicious. I think that guy's a fucking cop. And then everyone was like, dude, shut the fuck up. You don't know anything. You're just like talking in conspiracy theories. Turns out, no, he was actually. Oh shit, that's crazy. Or no, he was a white nationalist agitator. He was not a cop. Sorry. Protect and serve as a thread with all of them saying these weren't cops, they were thugs. Yeah, exactly. Look, I mean, make no mistake. Those 5 cops are not black. They're cops. This might come across as like, fucked up of me to say, but that's it. You are a part of a white supremacist institution. You are engaging in white supremacist acts. It's not that you're trained wrong. That's deliberate. Your training and your lack of accountability is systemic. They want you to behave that way. They might have dropped them like a fucking bad habit swiftly because they're black, and maybe the coverage of it is a little different because they're black, but ultimately they're not black. They're cops. And many people will tell you that. Many black people will tell you that. When you're a cop, you're a cop. When you're a black cop, you're not necessarily black first. That's it.